With Donald Trump continuing his campaign to take over the world, first Venezuela, then Greenland, his possible attempts of trying to attack Cuba and God knows who else, with him unleashing the ICE dogs, ICE Gestapo, because I have more respect for dogs, with him screaming again about the 2020 election in a bid to get a third term, make him president for life. Because quite honestly, I don't know how long he's got left. With all of this is nothing more than a distraction. Very important distractions, mind you, but still a distraction from what he's truly terrified of. And those are the Epstein files. This is my message to the MAGA. No one on our side, whether you want to call us Democrats, liberals, or left wing, none of us are defending anyone on our side who may be implicated in those files. None of us cared that Bill Clinton is in them, that he's already been exposed and photo bombs in them. If he was actually a predator of children, or was an annoying friend and enabler of those who were, lock his ass up for life. Investigate, prove it in court, and lock his ass up. I'm fire and brimstone when it comes to this situation. When it comes to kids being molested, lock his ass up. And the same goes for anyone in those files who either participated and or was an accessory to them. But here's the thing. You're literally making up arguments among yourselves regarding this. Oh, let's see. Well, let's see who's in those files. Linked to Democrats. Let's go after them. Yes, I want their asses. I want them in prison. I want them to rot. None of us are disagreeing with you on that. But that's the problem with you. Is that's all that you want to see. Because you're defending a man who is acting very guilty. You're okay with this president, a longtime friend of Jeffrey Epstein, calling this a hoax, while people who survived it on Capitol were actually speaking on Capitol Hill. You're okay with this president's Department of Justice bringing the law, defying congressional orders to have those files made public only weeks ago. You're okay with evidence that they redacted the names of non-victims in what seems to be an attempt to protect people involved, which is a clear case of cover-up. You're okay with reports from last summer that teams of agents from the FBI, Kash Patel, Mr. Bug-Eyes, I'm talking about you. You're okay with agents of the FBI working to identify all the pages where Trump was actually mentioned. Does anybody know the penalty for cover-up? You're okay with another report from last summer stating that the Attorney General met with Trump to let him know that his name was all over those files. That's not only a cover-up, that's obstruction of justice and conspiracy to conceal a crime. You're okay with this administration specifically targeting a long holiday weekend where they were hoping most Americans were distracted to announce that no other files would be released. and that they were effectively done with the case. That's obstruction of justice, conspiracy, but the fact is you're okay with the fact that despite bipartisan orders from Congress, this Department of Justice only released one, 1%, 1%, 1% of the documents that were ordered to be released relating to Epstein. You're okay with this because you're a bunch of cult members and you lick the boots of Trump. But we're not okay. See, I am not okay with the bullshit. You see the difference? We're not out here trying to protect anyone on the left who might be involved. We're not out here trying to make excuses for anyone leaked the Democrats who might be involved with Epstein. Let the truth come out, and let everyone who was involved or knew about this monster and what it was doing to children be known, judged, prosecuted, and spend the rest of their lives in prison. That is what I'm okay with. But you in the MAGA, you're arguing with yourselves. You're trying to make this about Democrats versus Republicans because you're not really wanting all the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God, because you're all terrified because it will reveal something that you don't want. And that is the simple fact that Donald Trump was involved in, or at the very least knew what Epstein was doing and did absolutely nothing about it, and actually maintained a close relationship with Epstein when he knew that he was trafficking children. Your goal was the attempt to try to use this against Democrats to protect Donald Trump. But our goal, my goal, is to make it all known, no matter who's involved. Because opposing those who target children for sexual exploitation, that shouldn't be a partisan issue. That shouldn't be left versus right. That should not be blue versus red. But the problem is for you in the MAGA to keep defending Donald Trump in all of this, no matter what he's done, no matter what he does, you have made it into a partisan issue. You made it partisan. You made it to the point where if we talk about victims of sexual assault, regardless of who they are and who the assailant is, you made it into a partisan issue. You made it into a red versus blue, Democrat versus Republican. You made this whole thing a partisan issue in all of it, because of your undying fealty, your unyielding loyalty to Donald Trump. Because the alternative for all of you is that you all have to admit to the truth. All of you have to admit the truth to yourselves about who Donald Trump is and his role in the cover up and the role of the people he's appointed in this cover up. And truthfully, that's something you desperately don't want to do. You won't admit that you're wrong about this man. You won't admit that, yeah, he seduced me. Yeah, I was a hateful bastard and that's why I voted for him. Yeah, he molested kids. I don't care. He's implicated in the molestation of children. I don't care. But once the cat comes out of the bag, and it will, you are going to admit it. One way or another. CTP, no truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.